Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird, well, you're a goon. Welcome back. Nice to see ya. And if this is your first time, why don't you stick around, smoke that like, enjoy yourself around here. We're a gang of like-minded individuals just trying to figure out what my wife is trying to show us and really, what this world is all about or isn't about, or what even is this world. We're all about exploring here, and we're really going to get into all things strange and weird. So let's keep it going and get right into it. I I'm not even sure if this is real. I guess it feels like what did we just see recently? Moon pools. Oh man, is this a real moon pool? Instead of water, it's like, hey, watch the spinning ball and go through this. What would happen if you went through it and it wasn't fully established? These are the questions I have. This is where my mind is going right now. I can't tell. This could be CGI too. It's like, what even would cause that? I mean, I could build one of these things and just put a leaf blower on a pebble and just to watch it go through the track, Or what's stopping like this from happening to a hamster? Why can't a hamster in a hamster wheel just run around and then boom? Screw this metal ball technology. I want hamster ball technology. Yo, I want hamsters running around. Wait, we're gonna open up the portals with okay. ADHD real strong already. Teddy, you gotta have to keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. Oh my god. Hamster ball technology.
That's interesting.
Whoa. Never seen this before.
Wait, why was it red at the end? Was that an aircraft? Spacecraft? UFO? Unidentified? What is happening here? The whole city went dark. I mean, this appeared like a real place, They appeared driving. They also appeared to see the thing before, like, at least the camera could pick it up. At least to me, I couldn't see it. Even though they were like, that was interesting. I only saw it after that point. But yeah, quite intriguing. Not truly sure what it is. Could be part of a movie set or something else. But yeah, I don't like that.
New World Order is very well organized. In the witchcraft hierarchy, they have codes that determines their levels of power. 4003 666. For that there's the 999 level. Every barcode has to have one of these three numbers. But within those series of numbers, you always will find a 3 or a 6 or a 9. And why is that? There are derivatives of byproduct of number 3. And every barcode, when they scan it, it has information. Where it was bought, what time it was bought, what store sold it. It's a tracking system of goods and products. Most people today have a smartphone. The smartphone is embedded with a technology that is trackable. They sold it to us that you can find your phone, therefore this tracking mechanism is good. But the underlying object is to be able to get to a point where everybody in the world under the Antichrist system will be monitored. The tracking device is leading to that. If they sold it as if it's a device that is good for you to have on the phone because it helps you find it lies. That he has people focused on little stuff while in the background he's creating an army to control humanity. Thank God for Jesus Christ. When that time comes, servants of Jesus will not be here to be subject to that.
I recently had to figure out what NWO, New World Order, was, and my wife saw it in the comments. Was like, hey, do you know what this is? And I was like, wait, I actually don't know what this is. And she's like, this is what this means, and this is what this is all about. And I'm like, and people think like NWO is a real thing, and it's gonna, and there are, and this very well could be. I'm just right? So I may sound crazy right now, but the concept of, hey, we're under control and this New World Order is, depopulate and put us under control. Like, that's even more than we currently are. The freedoms that we have are going to get even more restricted, and that's what they're trying to push on us, right? So, and trying to start in this next order. So cell phones is what he hit on, but the cell phone technology getting to the state where they can enable that type of control. Yeah, I guess it's already kind of here. Your own cell phone, Verizon, AT&T, Cricket, I'm trying to think, Vodafone, whatever you have, it's going, they can already track you. So it doesn't even impact, at least in my eyes, the ability to control you. I think it just lets them know this is where you are and this is potentially what you're talking about. But eventually, if technology progresses, and we've seen patents on the vibration technologies that can influence your mind and your mood, you go, hey, if the cell phone was given the ability to emit a frequency, then maybe potentially there is control there. But why limit it just to a cell phone? The NWO could even do more technologies, your radio, your computer, your tablets. It literally can keep going. Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting.
Human body replaces 98% of all the atoms in 1 year. You make a new liver every 6 weeks, a new skin once a month. In a year, you replace your entire body down to the last atom, which means that right now what you're seeing is my 1993 model. And the body I had last year is gone. So
which means that you really could cure yourself of whatever.
If I knew how to influence the software. This is the printout. The hardware is my brain. The software is all those chemicals we were speaking about. And then there's a programming. It's my thoughts, feelings, emotions, and desires. Where's the programmer? It's the spirit. It's that silent space between the thoughts.
Yo, is this like a young Sanjay Gupta here? Man, he looks so familiar. Oh, man, here we go again. Yeah, it very well could be. I mean, your cells are replaced, as he said, so you're a new individual every few years. I mean, that is crazy to consider. So now it explains why people go crazy. It's like, hey, I knew that guy. He wasn't like that when I knew him. Well, guess what, buddy? All his cells changed. The man you once knew is no longer that man. Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, what can we do with this? Not much. Just know that, hey, the spirit is the programmer, he said. So I have an inner monologue, so I guess that guy is the programmer. Oh, don't worry, Teddy. I will keep you safe. I don't trust you, man. I don't trust you. You're a little too crazy for me. All right. Yeah, let's keep it going.
How do you a third term? And I used to say, you know what? If I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that.
This already happens. What do you mean? I mean, like, I'm pretending like, hey, oh no, this is not what our presidents are anyway. Puppets. They're all puppets. I mean, there are good puppets and there are bad puppets, and there are puppets that think they are in charge. In fact, they aren't in charge. So it's all an illusion. And now my thing is, when did he say this? Was this pre-Biden winning or post-Biden winning? And then now my question is he doing this right now? Do you think he's doing this right now? Could you imagine if he's doing this right now? By the way, vibe check. Are you a goon? Did you smoke the like button? Hey man. Something's not adding up. We're all taking turns smoking the like, and here you are lurking, going, oh, Teddy, I just click on the thumbnail. That's the only thing. Oh, you clicked on the thumbnail. Oh, that means you're a goon. I'ma see you again. Make sure you click on the thumbnail again. I'd love to welcome you in to the Goon Gang. We are strong and we are loyal. All right, guys, let's keep it going.
So, meanwhile, you guys were distracted with this, the Super Bowl. Guess what I found? This Nigerian bank CEO died in a helicopter crash on the way to Super Bowl. Also, his family was on board, and not to mention a former chairman of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Not to mention that Nigeria applied for BRICS, which opposes the US. Being that Nigeria is on the rise, and how convenient you have a billionaire on board and you're trying to weaponize the US dollar. So what if, just what if, this is what he meant when he said, just like we drew it up. He tweeted this. This is a real picture, but he was also mocking us with this. This is a repeat year of 2020. I mean, that year we had the Chiefs winning against the 49ers. You know, if you wanted Kelsey to win, that he's linked to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift means that she sways the vote for him. I mean, just pause and read, because this is uncanny, you guys. I mean, just watch out for March, because I don't know what's gonna happen. And just like in my other videos, I told you guys, this whole thing is a ritual. I mean, come on.
Would you look at that? Oh, score is 10 plus 3 at the half. And what does that equal? 13. Can't make this up.
And get this, I took this picture when I was at the Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas, and look at that, there's 13 again. This whole thing was set up from the beginning. My personal opinion, I think the next pandemic, because I can't say it, is going to be a financial one. What do you guys think? Comment below.
The next pandemic's going to be a financial one? I mean, that's just a recession, right? So, I mean, they still won't admit a recession. So that's a whole nother problem that we got to consider. But he said one important thing, BRICS, right? Quite intriguing, as there are countries that are signing up for BRICS, and BRICS is trying to come out with their own currency as well in order to combat the US dollar. So, you know, the reason other countries are going towards BRICS is, hey, their currency is already devalued, and they kind of blame the economy for that. And they think that joining a alliance, or having the ability to join an alliance like BRICS, will give them access to the BRICS currency that they're trying to come up with, and somehow that will help revalue their currency. So there's a few currencies and countries that are hoping for this to happen, and only time will tell. So, was the Super Bowl a ritual? Potentially. The amount of things that I have seen that are indicating that do show there was ritualistic things in the Super Bowl, especially that girl Ice Spice. Why was she wearing that upside down cross? At first I didn't believe, you know, I'm like, it just looks like a regular like pendant star or something, but they were like, nope, Teddy, you're wrong. See, she's in disguise. And then she did the demon horns, Teddy. So yeah, the Super Bowl is the ritual, and then all those things between 2020 and 2024. So if it does repeat, March, there's going to be another pandemic. Stock up on toilet paper. Do you have your toilet paper ready? Are you sure? It doesn't hurt. You know, last pandemic was about a year, so how long is this one going to be? We going to double it, or quadruple it? Oh boy, oh boy. My wife is ready, and I guess so am I. Let's keep it going.
From the nearby cell phone tower that was broadcasting cell phone, he found out that the production of biotoxins in this culture went up more than 600 times. Not only that the mold suddenly put out significantly more mycotoxins to protect themselves, but also much more virulent, much more vicious, more poisonous mycotoxins.
Wait, so from nearby cell phone towers, there was EMF that can make mold and bacteria grow at 600 times. So then what? The mold illnesses and bacterias are bad for our healths. I mean, yeah, I guess prolonged exposure of anything is bad for your health, and you probably don't want to be in the presence of magnetic fields like that, and you don't know if there's radiation that's being emitted from those as well. So yeah, I can totally understand the scariness. I definitely wouldn't want to do it, and I wouldn't want any human being to go through that, especially if it's negative towards your health. Interesting.
When you said after you complete these 15 episodes of Empire, you got to walk away for a while or forever?
For good. I mean, everyone keeps trying to tell me don't say it's forever, but I've spent 37 years pretending to be people so that people can pretend to watch and enjoy what I'm doing, when I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that, you know, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. Why would I continue, you know, walking on water for tips when I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world?
That's a big remark. What do you intend to do?
Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the platonic solids? There are no straight lines. So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between spaces. It's the thing that holds us all together.
Okay.
I'm sharing that. On Tuesday, when I receive my star, I'm going to be able to prove that gravity is only an effect and not a force. I'm putting something on YouTube where I will build the planet Saturn without gravity and build the Milky Way galaxy without gravity.
This torus field is how energy moves, and it's where we get some of our oldest symbols. If we break it down into its geometry, this is where we get the flower of life. This is how all energy flows in physical reality. This was broken down a long time ago. This is where we get the platonic solids, the basis for geometry. This is also where we get the Star of David, the Tree of Life in the Kabbalah, the Vesica Pisces in Christianity, and the infinity symbol.
Was this in the latest Emmys? I'm not sure. I've never seen this guy act before, but it seems like he's gone through a awakening. He's figured out the Star of Life, or somehow figured out how what the meaning is. And then he mentioned, for 10,000 years, Pythagoras couldn't even figure this out, and he's now, I guess, able and awakened to this new knowledge he's found, and he's trying to educate others as well. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching this man, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know whether he's playing a role, or if he's in fact, like, he's actually figured it out. And then he said he's been doing acting for 37 years, and he's played all these roles to appease other people, to watch him, to enjoy him, and now he wants to be like, hey, I want to, he said on his YouTube, he may now have a YouTube, and he may have rebuilt Saturn and the galaxy by now, and unfortunately I don't have time to go see. I don't even know if this was part of a skit. So goons, I am asking you, is this guy legitimate? Did he actually end up recreating Saturn and the galaxies here? Do let us know in the comments down below. I would love to be filled in there. All right, let's keep it going.
Planets are not real. It's a shame, because what NASA shows us is so beautiful, almost as if it's too good to be true. When we look at religious texts, they talk about how God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. Never is it mentioned anything about other planets. The planets we are taught about today are that were worshipped by Romans and Greeks, and what we see when we look at them through telescopes are actually just stars. The way that angels are described in the Bible, the book of Ezekiel, is far different than what we see angels as today. They look something like this. Now, when you pay attention to the structure of what this depiction of an angel looks like, and then look at footage of what stars look like through a telescope, they look insanely similar. So why is NASA lying to us about this? Well, some say that it is all a money-making scheme, because, well, NASA makes billions of dollars from taxpayers' money. But others are saying it's that. And also the fact that they are trying to keep us away from God and knowing the truth about the world we live in.
Yeah, they're trying to keep us dumb so they can control us. That's the NWO, man. Come on now, Teddy. Now you getting it, Teddy. Now you getting it. So yeah, they said, hey, angels really are like this, and it's the eyeball with the wings. And I definitely have seen AI has drawn angels to be in that manner from what it has interpreted from texts in its database. So that is interesting that from the texts and the scriptures about angels, that's how it's depicted. It's just an eyeball with a bunch of wings, or a bunch of eyes with wings, however you want to portray it. So quite intriguing. And I guess there's not much I can do with the stars and the telescopes and us being lied to. We just have to stay woke and know we're being lied to, and just don't believe everything you're being told. You know, do the right decision making there.
The Nickelodeon Creep Club.
What's that?
There's like 6 people who committed child assaults on Nickelodeon's teams. So we all know the Dan Schneider guy.
Dan Schneider, yeah, he's like the main.
Yeah, he has the foot fetish. But there was a guy who worked for post-production on SpongeBob.
No way.
Who got caught on that show where To Catch a Predator.
Chris Hansen thing?
Yeah, the Chris Hansen thing.
Oh shit.
He got caught and then he got rehired by Nickelodeon to keep doing SpongeBob.
What the?
And there's a video of him with Leonardo DiCaprio. Here, I'll show it to you right here. Fucking weirdo, look.
That was the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Muscles.
Look.
He's a little bit touchy there. He's a little bit touchy.
Fam, you know what he worked on?
What?
For scripts for Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh shit.
So he assaulted somebody. He got rehired.
Yeah.
And did it to Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Damn.
But there's laws and shit that make them like, oh, you're allowed to work even though
they've done that.
Oh my god, how are they allowed to work even if they've done that kind of... They shouldn't be allowed anywhere close if that's a issue for them, you know? And I don't want to, you know, I guess some people, you know, they go through rehab and stuff, but still, it is a hard thing to... It's a hard pill to swallow, I will tell you that. And wait, Dan Schneider had a foot fetish? Really? What gave it away? Was it all the crazy foot things that were part of iCarly? It's like there were a lot of foot stuff in that show, and I did think about it when I was a kid. And then when I would mention it to others, they'd be like, no, there wasn't. And be like, no, go back and look. There's a lot of weird foot things in his productions. And not only iCarly, right? Even Drake and Josh, there was weird things too. But regardless, very scary to know that, you know, I'm sure it's not only Nickelodeon, Disney. They all must have cases like this where there are employees that potentially are doing this and are being rehired even after doing something like that. And it's just gross to know that it's happening, and I don't know what I can do in order to stop it, other than, you know, say, hey, that's bad that you're doing this. All right, let's keep it going.
This island has one of the most disturbing histories in America, and no one really knows the full truth behind it. So like I said before, this island was owned by multi-millionaire Francis Sheldon, pictured right here. And Francis and a number of other local men from Michigan, including this guy, Gerald S. Richards, ran a boys' camp on the island. They would fly kids to the island on this airstrip, kids from the YMCA and other schools and communities in the area. And both the children and the parents of the children who attended this boys' camp were told that this was an island of fun where kids could relax. They had big brothers there. It was going to be totally safe. And this camp ran on this island for a period of years. Then one day, some of the kids who attended the camp began to tell their parents that the counselors or the teachers, the adults that were there on the island, had behaved with them in very, very inappropriate ways. They began telling their friends and parents that they were taken into these cabins pictured here on the island. They were assaulted. They were told to remove all of their clothing, and all over the place. Well, it turns out that this guy, the multi-millionaire with political and business connections in the area, Francis Sheldon, was running a massive CP ring. And they had been abusing the children on this island under the guise of bringing them to a boys' camp for years, recording all of it, selling it across the world. And some of the more affluent clients of their business were even allowed to take trips to the island themselves to see some of these young boys. Now, this story bears an obvious resemblance to the story of Jeffrey Epstein, but there are some very, very strange things that are happening here that nobody knows about, and the government still refuses to talk about to this day. So let's talk about this guy, Gerald S. Richards. He was a gym teacher at a local Catholic school who went down for the crimes, and he was heavily involved with every aspect of this business, if you know what I mean. Well, it seems like through his political and business connections, Francis Sheldon was actually tipped off that he was about to be arrested and raided and charged with these horrific crimes. So Francis, before he could be brought to justice for these crimes, he actually fled the country in a personal plane. He then moved to France, got remarried, and died in Amsterdam, and never had to pay for any of the crimes that were committed here. But it's when we start talking about the murders that this story really starts to blow my mind. So take a good look at this guy, Chris Bush. This is Christopher Bush's father, Harold Lee Bush. Now, he was an executive with General Motors, and the family was obviously extremely wealthy. They were politically connected, and they were very connected to every business in the area. These guys had a lot of power. But back to Christopher Bush. This guy had assaulted a number of children. He'd been let out of prison, let out of jail in a very, very suspicious way multiple times, put on bail for serious offenses. And he was an alleged associate of the crime ring that was happening on North Fox Island. Meaning that, like I said earlier, he was one of those people who could afford to actually fly out to the island to do things himself. I'm out of time. Follow for part 3. This is where it gets juicy.
You know, this is crazy to consider. You know, I guess Epstein's Island, it wasn't the first island. And there, you know, that was just the island that got caught. And for every island that got caught, Teddy, there's 20 other islands that didn't get caught. And it's morbid to say that. But unfortunately, I believe, you know, if there's a case of another island like this guy's saying as well, and now he's going into a whole other story, you start to wonder. It's like, dude, there's lots of islands on this world, you know, and who knows what's happening on. Do you know what's happening in the closest island near you? Do you? You need to go check. Go check. Is everything okay on that island? But be safe. I don't do anything, actually. Don't even go check. You may get shot. Regardless. Also, did you know that if you own a private island, you need to have your own security? Because, like, there's no police that you're going to call. So it's like, yo, get your guns. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm not going to be able to afford one, but I can look. It's like, hey, what happened to the last owner? Oh, he just disappeared. Oh, I wonder what happened. Some pirates came in. They took over the house. They're like, your stuff is mine now. And he couldn't protect his stuff. So you gotta, you know, buying a private island sounds all cool and everything, but make sure you got good security as well. All right, let's keep it going.
There's some dark shit about Mario.
Whoa.
Right? So they're saying that Mario, like, the coins are souls. Have you heard of that?
Wait, why? That doesn't make sense.
So you can look at it like, okay, coins are just like another mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
If you really look at it like a theorist aspect, you can like look at it at different angles. So you know when you get a fire flower, right?
Yeah.
And you shoot it at a Goomba, it gives you a coin.
Yeah, that's true.
So the fire flower is the only one that really burns anything to a crisp, right? And kills the character. So that's the body getting destroyed and the soul being released.
Oh.
If you really bag it, no other item gives coins except the fire flower.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
If you like bounce on him, you don't get a coin.
It's just gas. Because the body wasn't destroyed and the soul wasn't released.
Damn, what the
And there's another one. When you progress through the game,
yeah,
and you get closer to Bowser's castle, all those coins were from the people who died before you got there.
Oh, shit.
And it's funny because, like, as you progress, there's less and less coins because they didn't make it.
Damn.
Oh my god. There's less and less coins because they wanted to make it harder, right? Not because they represent souls. That changes everything. That changes everything that I once knew. Why? Why do you do this to me? Oh my god. And they were plumbers, right? They were plumbers the entire time. It wasn't that they took mushrooms and the mushrooms made them see things, and that's why they had this entire experience. Oh boy, we cracked the code, Teddy. All right, let's do just one more. These last few ones, I promise, aren't from my wife. I actually hit the end of her list, so finally, I just found some on TikTok, so I'm going through that. So let's do one more, just one more.
This is why exposing the truth is scary.
People who expose the truth.
One of the most amazing things that I have ever seen at the bottom of the ocean. It was while filming for Blue Planets in the Gulf of Mexico. I noticed there's something out in the distance. Couldn't tell exactly what, but it looked like a dark band. And as we approached it, the dark band became a donut. I saw this donut. It was black in the center. What the heck is that? And so as we get closer and closer to it, that the black band had what appeared to be kind of water lapping against the shoreline. This band was a ring of mussels. And inside the ring of mussels was a lake. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm already underwater. And we went out over the water in this lake and tried to descend in it and bounced off. It was so super saline and dense that the submarine couldn't go down in it. We literally bounced off, and as we bounced off, we sent ripples heading back to the shoreline. It was insane.
Man, dude, was he describing a true moon pool? We started with moon pools, we're ending with moon pool. Oh my god. Oh my god. If he was describing a moon pool, and then it was also weirdly SpongeBob. You know how SpongeBob has a Laguna Beach, whatever it may be. There's a lagoon there, and it's like, dude, they're already underwater. How is there a lake within within the ocean? So regardless, that's kind of what this guy was describing, and it truly appeared like he was speaking from experience. That is scary to know that there's mussels in a circular form that form a donut, and this guy couldn't go through from one side, but maybe from the other side people can come out. You know, that's the scary part. We need the accelerator. He should have gotten the hamster power, Teddy. Didn't you tell him? All he needed was a hamster to go in circles. He should have brought one with him, given scuba diving gear. Here we go again. We're going to figure it out. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, very well could be. I don't know. And it makes me a little scared to consider that there are things like this in the ocean that you can just see. And what do you do with this? You know, like, what are you supposed to do now? You come across one. Yeah, so it's like the last guy disappeared. So, like, what are you supposed to do? Oh boy, oh boy. All right, guys, I think that is it. I am out of here. I hope you guys are having a great time watching, reacting with me. I love entertaining the goons. You know, it doesn't even feel like entertainment. Truly, this feels so authentic to me. I love it. And I hope I can bring you more content. Now I've hit the end of what videos Emily has sent me. I thought it would never happen. Finally happened. So now gotta find other content, and we'll see what else I can come up with. And on that note, stay safe, stay strong, and goodbye.